Good morning. It is the live Wednesday Wisdom Call with Marty Forrest. I almost said Hicks again. Still not in that habit yet. My website is helloextraordinarylife.com. I have been working on, I paid someone to create a new website, so that should be coming soon, very soon. I'm very excited about it. It's beautiful. Still tweaking it, fine-tuning it. That gives all the things I do on it. You get a free it's a guide to reprogramming your negative self-talk when you sign up on that. And get on the email list, and then you get all these emails to tell you what's going on each week and any other thing that I'm announcing. I am also beginning another 6-week mentoring course, the group course. I have a couple of them that I'm going to run. One will be on Tuesday evenings, January 30th through March 20th, so it'll be an hour each week from, I did 6:30 to 7:30. I normally do 7 to 8, and so I changed it apparently, and I'm looking at my time. I wrote down 6:30 to 7:30. And then beginning February 17th through March 31st, Saturday mornings, 8 to 9. So if that's of interest to you, I'll be sending this out, the flyer. I'll send it out in email, and I'll be posting it, and it'll be on my website. So you can find it in many places if that is of interest to you, and reach out, and then we can talk about if it's a good fit. I also do one-on-one coaching. Yeah, so I do one-on-one coaching. I have one that's done the course and one that I've been working with as a client. So it's been a great journey. So all of that you can find on the website, all that information, and you can reach out to me through email. My phone number is listed everywhere on my new website coming out. Message me on Facebook. Many, many avenues to reach out and find me if you need more or if you have questions. Anything like that, I'm available. Today, I have several people that have reached out to give me some requests, and some seem rather like current right now. Where am I at right now? And a little more pressing. I'm not sure urgent is the right word, pressing. So I wanted to talk about, I'm not going to name any names, so I'm talking about one that a person is talking about her family slinging crap, talking about her as the in-law, and just that's, and then at her brother also. They're not truly brother, right? So how do you take care of yourself when you feel like you're being attacked and in that toxic energy is the question. It's one of the questions. And it's a fine balance of, we always take it personal, I think, first when we feel attacked. And we take it personal. Why? Because they've touched some wound inside of us. Sometimes it's that maybe we've grown past the wound, but we still haven't maybe forgiven ourselves, or we're not fully accepting that place. So it's still what's the word? It's still like pings. I call it a ping, like it just still like stings. That's the word I want, stings. When someone says something. I'd love to tell you that I'm so far along that I don't take anything personal, but I do. There's still things that somebody will touch just right, and it's a deeper layer. And I have my reaction. We have our reaction that we do first. That's always the first thing, is I react to something. I find my safe place to let that out. That's one way I do that, is I find a safe place, either a person or I write it. Depending on how much it creates pain for me. Like, what's my reaction to it? How extreme is my reaction? Is sometimes the measure I can use to see if they're just being an asshole, and it's about them, and it hurt my feelings. If it's really extreme reaction, they've touched a really deep wound, and I'm very clear it's never about them. They've just been a catalyst that's touched a deep wound that generally happens in my childhood. So they've touched that wound that gets activated. My reaction when it's that extreme I just don't even look at them. I just go, oh boy. I'm angry, and they're the place I can focus and put my attention on, but it's never about them. So that's kind of how I can measure if it's just simply my reaction to they're being an asshole and not hurt my feelings, or is it that whole pendulum swing to the other side? Because I had I wrote about that situation where that guy just disowned us, like wrote us a scathing email, text, and we don't know why. I'm protective of my husband, and I want to lash out like that. I don't really care. I love him, this person that did this, but I don't really care. If you don't want to be a part of my life, I'm really sorry. I wasn't that good of friends with him. Would I still be cordial and polite and treat him the same? Sure. I would do that. But that he hurt my husband makes me want to lash out because I want to protect my husband. Now, what I get to remember is that my husband has this journey. This is something he gets to learn here or gets the gift of. I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what that is because this has happened several times. People long-term in his life, this is the third time since I've been in his life in 6 years that someone has walked out. 2 of them were rather ugly like this. When I can be in the presence of my mind, I can step back and go, what's happening here? What's his lesson or gift out of this situation? There's some healing for him that has nothing to do with me, except that I'm a part of it. So I get to hold that safe space for him, for his healing. I have no idea what it is, really. It could make it mean all kinds of things. When I'm dealing with that toxicity from friends or family, first of all, I have to know it's not about me. I don't have to know anything. I get to know it's not about me. Bottom line, it's not about me when it's coming like that. It may trigger something in me that I get to look out for me, and that's where I get to go, oh, they're offering me a gift. I can see it that way. It's a gift that I have an opportunity to heal something within me that still needs healing. Circling back to when they're just being an asshole, great. You know what? That's your stuff. I can't help you, and out of self-preservation, I'm going to just leave it alone because I think that was mentioned. I just don't say anything because that's the best answer. Say nothing. Do not engage. Otherwise, we just add to it, right? Small doses. Small doses of my family. Because I have a family that can be very toxic also. So I do small doses. And there are several things. I often just stay away from them. But when we're in situations where we are dealing with them, especially around weddings and funerals, sometimes family reunions. Those are the main things that we end up having to deal with. Our whole big family, that we may not like all of them or get along with all of them. What's the place that we need to, I usually steer clear of them. Sometimes I will just simply surround myself in white light, allow them to just be reflected back to themselves, say a prayer for them. In the moment when I just flashed on, when I'm playing cards with my aunt and uncle who are the epitome of toxic, negative shithole, in the bottom of the funnel, when you see that funnel of the pity pot, and then you raise up in different levels to go higher, well, they're in the bottom. And man, when they get on a roll, it's ugly. And I choose to not join them, A. And then I say a prayer. I go, okay, Spirit, this either has to change or I got to go. I don't have to be angry at them about it. This is their journey. This is their walk. But I can choose to not participate. And if you're about prayer or you're about the universe helping you change the energy, that's what I do. In the moment. Okay, Spirit. And I can think of a specific incident where, oh my gosh, they were just on a roll, and I was like, okay, Spirit, I can't do this. I'm not willing to do this. So the energy and the conversation needs to change, or I got to go to bed, whatever. And I think I said that about 3 times. Because I really wanted to sit and visit. I love them, but I don't like how they are all the time. So I did that like 3 times. And then I watched it change for several reasons. A, I said a prayer. B, I didn't get engaged. I didn't reply. I didn't respond. And I said a prayer. So I'm going to just come back to that. I said a prayer to change that energy. Rather than being angry, retaliating, or speaking back. Because any and all of that, even when I'm not engaging with my words, if I'm getting angry and I'm getting frustrated or resentful about it, I'm still engaging. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So even if I'm not speaking my words and engaging physically, literally, my energy will engage, which can keep it also going.
That's so great.
Yeah. So when we look at just simply things like government, politics, news, and we get angry about what's being shown or what we're seeing, we're not helping it, right? We're adding to it because we're getting angry. We're joining the masses, that mass consciousness of anger, which feeds it, right? Misery loves company. So when people are miserable and toxic and unhappy, they want us to join them. And they will do anything they can to get that reaction from us to join them. Because that's their MO. What's our MO? We get to choose something different today. Is that helpful?
Yes. Yes. Especially the mirroring. I do the white light, but I love the mirroring, putting it back, their energy back on them.
Yes, I'm going to share this with you. Someone just shared this with me recently, and I'd never heard this before, was to imagine mirrors around you with a particular person. So this person that did this to my husband, when I feel like energy coming at me, because we feel it, whether they're present or not, to hold a mirror up for them, imagining it. It's just energetically. We're holding a mirror up for them to reflect themselves back to them. And she said it's specific to the person. Wow. So they can see themselves. Now, does it work? I don't know. I've done it myself with that situation, which I feel pretty clear now as a result. My guy's still going through his own hurt stuff, and I get to just listen. So that may be something for you to try, holding a mirror up to that person specifically, so you're very clear about who it's going back to.
Definitely. It sounds like it would really work to me. It resonates.
Yeah, if that resonates, try it. I'm one to go, how can I transmute the energy? And I'm realizing that it's not always my job.
I don't have the energy to process all that energy coming in. So the mirror is protection.
It can be. The white light allowing in, setting your intention. If you don't pray, set your intention that you surround yourself with that white light and you're allowing only good, love, high vibration energy around you. That can help. And these are things that I think, let me just set the intention for the whole day or for my whole life. It unfortunately doesn't work that way. I have not experienced it that way. I'd like to have one blanket statement, and it's really about being consciously aware and being intentional about setting that for ourselves.
Thank you, Marty.
Yeah, the biggest thing that can help me get through when it's a wound, when they've touched a deep wound, is to write. And sometimes I meditate. And then I can, when it's a deep wound, it's always about the little child, that little one that lives inside of me. and I can ask her what she needs. Because she's the one getting triggered. Excuse me, I'm the one wanting to protect, right? You got the ego that kicks in and wants to protect her from feeling hurt. Maybe what she needs, I say she, but it's if there are men that listen too, so it's going to be I'll say the little one. When the little one gets triggered or hurt, what does she need from us? What does the little one need? How can we help her feel safe, comfortable, sanctuary? Because it's my responsibility now to give her those things. It's not my parents. It's not my husband. It's not those people that are being toxic or attacking. It's my responsibility to take care of me. And when I'm triggered deeply, it's the little one that needs that. How does that
work? Well, that hits home for me.
I'm done. I'm like, my brain just stopped. So I'm going to stop there and open it to you and ask you what you got, if you want to share something, what resonated. Do you have any more questions?
Well, I just wrote about 6 pages of notes, so yeah, my fingers hurt. Because like everything you said hit and gave me insight and clarity and answers to prayers I've been praying for the last 3 weeks. This was huge for me. And at the end when you said, because it triggers deep inside, then it is just, it's me, Part of it is I'm dealing with some assholes, but part of it is hitting deep inside me. And it does go back to the little one. And I forgot all about that. I totally spaced it. That,
okay.
I spaced it. I was abandoned by my family and disowned and all that. And my sponsor said the other day, you've got the experience in this, but it still fucking hurts. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Hurt. It still hurts to be felt like you're not important, you're less than, especially after you give so much of yourself to someone and then others aren't there, but they get to sit and judge you, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. The judgment is theirs. Here's something that we can think about and consider is when someone is attacking and toxic to us outwardly, consider what they're doing to themselves on the inside.
Yeah.
Because we know what we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
And that helps me have a little bit more compassion when I remember that for someone to lash out like that, they're in a lot of pain, and really what they need is a lot of love. But when I'm busy reacting, I don't have it for them. That's when I can walk away and then love them from afar and say the prayer. Then I can at least add some positive energy to them rather than feeding the anger and the toxicity.
This has been a very, very good conversation, everybody. I am very grateful that the most toxic people in my life are now dead. And I know, it makes it easier. But no, seriously, between my father and a woman who was very toxic in my world, and she was found dead 2 weeks after my mom's funeral. Now, I'm not saying angels order hits, but my mom was 100% Sicilian. Just saying. But seriously, I've been working with a spiritual mentor for over 10 years now, and she has seen me go through the worst of everything. And last summer we were talking, and particularly about my brother, who was he's just wounded. We're all everybody's the walking wounded. And she told me to be a beacon of healing for him. And what you had just said, Marty, about oh boy, now there goes my menopause brain. It just fell through the black hole. But you said something that resonated. And that when they lash out, imagine what's going on inside them. And that I know, and I've accepted that, I've been the common denominator in all of the problems of my life, and that as I have walked through, I don't want to say the valley because that sounds so deep and dismal, but as I've been walking through the meadow of self-forgiveness, that and I know that a lot of my behavior caused my brother to be angry. I'm not responsible for his feelings, but I know that I can certainly own my part. And I have found that as I have forgiven myself and I've been punishing myself less, he is lightening up. And when you said the thing about mirrors, I got this great picture of because I share a house with 6 other women in recovery, and we're not all well, and when one housemate engages in particular, I would like to hold up a hand mirror in front of my face so that the next time she starts wailing, wail at the mirror, don't wail at me. And it just was like, oh, yeah, okay, so I can put up my deflector shield, So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on all of this.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing and being here this morning.
Thanks for
Any
having me.
last-minute comments before we depart for our day until next time?
I just want to thank you again for the topic and the conversation. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
Most
indeed. One of the ones that requested topics. So It's good. I have a few written down to talk about, so it'll be good. I won't have to think of so much anymore. I can just ask people.
We're all in this together.
That's right.